Kelly neighbors heard the crash and called 911 within a matter of seconds, but the young girl and her grandmother would not survive their injuries. The sound of a loud crash outside his home on Girdwood Road brought Joe Hartnett running. And while he had witnessed plenty of accidents here before, nothing could have prepared him for this one.
I ran out and there was the little girl, the 5-year-old girl, laying on the sidewalk. Tried to see if she was breathing, check for a pulse. It was really shallow breathing. Then there was another woman just kneeling in the middle of the sidewalk, screaming, crying, and she said her power steering went out or something like that.
Hartnett said he then turned and spotted what proved to be the young victim's grandmother, lying about 50 feet away.
Her hand was really badly damaged. The grill of the car was up her arm, basically. She was kind of rolling around, and I tried to just calm her down. And then I went back to the girl, and she wasn't breathing, I don't think, at that point.
Baltimore County police say the 5-year-old girl had a sleepover at her grandmother's house, and the two of them had gone out for an early walk with a stroller when tragedy struck.
There was a 22-year-old female driver of a Kia SUV who was coming southbound on Girdwood. For reasons that we don't know yet, we're still investigating those. She left the roadway and traveled over the grass onto the sidewalk area, striking the grandmother and the child that was in the stroller.
The young girl died at the scene, and her grandmother suffered an apparent heart attack just as paramedics arrived and was pronounced later at the shock trauma center.
There were a lot of factors that were going on this morning. At 7 o'clock, you still had a little bit of low lighting because of the cloud cover. The roads were still wet. Not sure if it was raining at the time in this area. We'll be investigating the car to make sure there was no mechanical failure. And then, of course, we'll also be investigating the driver herself.
The victims have now been identified as 60-year-old Deborah Ann Limmer and 5-year-old Delaney Marie Gaddis. The driver of the Kia suffered minor injuries and was treated at a local hospital. Meanwhile, the crash is still under investigation.